my name's Shell. Welcome to my channel where I've been documenting my weight loss since January 2021. I started off at 191 pounds, which is 13 stones 8, and last week I was down to 10 stones and half a pound, which is 140 pounds and a half. I should have celebrated last week. I don't know what I was thinking because two things happened. I crossed over the 3.5 stone loss mark, and also I got to the 50 pounds lost mark as well. So I lost 50 pounds and a half. So I should have been celebrating last week, and it didn't occur to me, but I'm very pleased that I've made it so far. I've used various methods, but at the moment I'm using intermittent fasting, which I've been doing for 5 weeks, and I absolutely love. It's been a real life changer for me. But I didn't want to talk about all my every time I come on I say, well, it's going great, it's fantastic, but I'm not getting excited yet. So I wanted to explain why I'm not getting excited yet. And that is because I don't really feel that I've been tested with it so far. I've had 5 weeks that have been easy. I've not had anything that could really throw me off track, although this week there were a few issues which I'll go into later. But they've been 5 easy weeks. Now the thing that makes me binge more than anything that I've never been able to control is stress. And so far it's been stress-free. And the two things that really make me stressed out are, firstly, if anybody in the family or friends or the pets are ill. That really does, I find that very difficult to cope with, and I've always used food in those instances. And so far, touch wood, everyone in the family, friends and pets are all fine. They've all been doing well. I know some of them have got health problems, but none of them are in a crisis. They're all managing their various things okay, so that's not been anything to worry about. And the other thing that I find really stressful and I'm not really able to cope with is social gatherings. It's something I always struggle with. I'm not too bad if it's going to be a social gathering for the day and I'm going to be at home by tea time, say go out for a meal or people coming around for the afternoon or the evening, whatever, fine, because it's only going to last a few hours and then I know I'll be back to normal. But the problem comes for me is extended trips away or extended people coming or something that I've got to do and it's going to last for longer than a day or two, maybe a week or two, and I just find I can't cope with it. I don't like it. I'm very much a homebody. I like being at home. I've got a very, very close online network of friends that I am very close with, and because they're in a similar boat to me, they're not going to threaten to come round, or they're not going to threaten to ask me to go to stay with them, and in that way we all get on. I feel safe and I'm very close to them, and we do a lot of online things together, and we can be on the phone, we talk on the phone, and I'm very happy like that. But when it comes to extended social projects, on the lead up to it, I'll start about a week before if I've got to go away somewhere, and it'll build up over the week, and it'll get worse and worse until about 2 or 3 days before it's due to happen, whatever it is. I just cannot control myself. I'm like an alcoholic who starts drinking when they can't cope, or a smoker that starts chain smoking. I start chain eating, and I've not found any other way to cope with this. And January, February, March and probably April are my favourite months because not many socialising goes on in those months. It's the summertime when people want you to go on holiday, they want to come on holiday to you, there are weddings, there are all sorts of things going on, and I've already noticed that people are starting to say now, oh, it's getting near spring, when the weather picks up we'll do whatever, and as I'm saying, oh yes, that'd be lovely, I can feel all my internal organs shrivelling up in panic, thinking, no, don't want to do it. So it'll be then when this intermittent fasting is tested for me. How will I cope? I don't know. I've got nothing else to rely on. I've always used binge eating to calm my nerves leading up to these things, and I don't know what I'll use or how I'll manage when it happens. So until that's happened and until I find out what goes on, then then I'll get excited. Perhaps I will need to still binge for a couple of days before it happens, I don't know. I really, without that crutch there to lean on, I don't know how I'll manage to calm myself down. Anyway, I love to go out for the day. It's not actually going out and leaving the house I have a problem with. It's social things where you've all got to sit around and, go for a meal and then go here and go there and sit and talk, and then you can't get away to come home. And I like being at home. I feel it's my safety net home. I love it here. So anyway, that's when I say I'm not excited yet, that's why, because I don't feel it's been tested, and until then I'm still not full of confidence. But for the last 5 weeks it's been a magical experience. But there were some different things that happened this week that haven't happened so far. On the Saturday when I did my video, I left and I went to do tea. And for tea it was lovely. We had a big hunk of homemade bread which had only been cooked a couple of hours before, just cool enough to eat. It was all crusty and lovely and fluffy inside. We had 2 duckless spring rolls, which you can get from anywhere and are very nice. And I made pea and cabbage soup. I had lots of sweetheart cabbage, and I used the mushy peas that you buy frozen that are already soaked, but you have to cook them. I put them in the pan with some veggies and cabbage and cooked it for about an hour until the peas were all soft. It was lovely. But when I was about 3/4 of the way through the meal, I thought, I am full now. I shouldn't eat any more. I'm full. But it was so lovely, and the soup was so hot and peppery, and the bread. So I carried on eating it, and by the end of it, I was absolutely stuffed. Far more stuffed than I should have been. And in fact, when I went to bed about 6 hours later, I was still feeling pretty full. But I hadn't gone over my calories. It was still only about 1,000 calories. But I should have left some. I was uncomfortable. By 9 o'clock I was falling asleep, and it wasn't good. So that was one lesson learned. It's the first time I've been that full since starting intermittent fasting, and I didn't like it. So that was something that I learned on Saturday, is to stop, absolutely stop. I should have left a quarter of it, but it was just so nice I kept eating. But perhaps that happens to people anyway. And then Sunday, it was just getting through to opening my eating window. It was about 10 to 5, and something happened that I knew I wasn't going to get me tea then. And I thought, well, what do? I can either, we were supposed to be having those straight to wok noodles, spicy vegetables, and the tender strips, the Naked Glory tender strips. So I only had 2 choices. Either forget that, just grab whatever I could to fill myself up and forget about it. But I didn't want to do that, because if you're only eating once a day, you want to sit down and enjoy it and have a real experience of eating the meal. But if I did that, I knew it was going to be 2 to 3 hours before I could eat, and I wasn't sure how that would go. So after I got over the disappointment of tea not starting in about 10 minutes, it was 7:45 before we sat down to eat, and it was fine, because what we were doing, we were busy in the meantime, and I didn't think about it, and it was absolutely fine. It's something I had worried about, what will happen if I don't open my window at 5 o'clock when I expect. Well, now I know it didn't make any difference at all. Still just had the hour window, and had what I wanted to eat. It was lovely. And the only other thing really was Monday night. I had my tea, I was sitting back, I was just about to go and get the hot chocolate when the Ocado rang to say they were coming an hour early. Could they come in 15 minutes? So again, I didn't want to rush the hot chocolate. I thought I'll wait. So by the time Ocado had been, and I'd put it all away, all the frozen, and take it out the packets to save room in the freezer and all that kind of stuff, it was getting on a bit. So by the time I'd finished my hot chocolate, it had been 2 hours. But it didn't make any difference at all. I mean, what does it matter? You just put the hot chocolate off, and your window was 2 hours instead of 1. I didn't eat anything different. It just stretched out a bit. Tuesday night we had a fantastic meal. It was we had, I think it's what my friend Tom would call a 6-inch sub, and we had sausages in it. We had fried onions. We had half a tub of coleslaw, salad, we had skinny fries, the works, and it was delicious. It was really nice. A very extravagant and decadent meal though. And then Wednesday, actually I've been craving oats, and when you're only eating once a day, oats don't really fit in because they're a breakfast meal. And I've got 2 kilos of oats here now. And I miss them. I love oats. So I thought, well, why can't you have breakfast for tea? And one of the things I like to have, and you might think this is going to be a weird combination, if Andrea's watching, I know Andrea won't because she eats weird combinations like I do. If you go and watch her channel, it's called Making Vlogs, and she follows Slimming World, and she often eats strange things like I do. And so I had oats. I put the dried oats in the bowl, put 4 ounces of hummus in the bowl, put that in the microwave and got it nice and hot. I chopped up 2 hot dog sausages that were cooked and hot, put those in, and then I chopped up 2 apples and put those in and stirred it all up together, and it was gorgeous, because that used to be my favourite breakfast without the sausages, but with the sausages it made it into a more of a tea time meal, and it was heavenly. So that's what we had on Wednesday. Thursday we had curry. I made it from a jar, one of the jars of Sharwood's or one of those. We had vegetable curry and rice and 2 samosas and a great big hunk of bread, and it was lovely. And last night we had we tried some new Kievs. I mean, you know I'm a big fan of Kievs. I try any new ones that I see. I've actually got those here. These are the new Kievs that we tried. They're the Naked What the Cluck range. I got these from Ocado, and they were very nice. They were much, out of all the plant-based Kievs I've had, they were much more solid than a lot of the other ones. They're Andy's favourites. He doesn't really like the other ones. I think the Marks and Spencers are my favourite, but these were really nice. The garlic in them was lovely. And so they're very filling, very stodgy. I think they're about 270 calories each. Really nice. So we had those last night with chips and mushy peas, and it was really nice. We did have as well, this is what we had on Monday. These are Meatless Farms meatballs. We've not had these before. We've not had this range before, and we didn't like them. Neither of us liked them. They didn't taste of much, and the texture was all wrong. They were sort of slimy, and anyway, we didn't like those. We won't be trying those Meatless Farm ones again. Then for treats this week, shove those over there. We've been having these. I've forgotten the name of them now. Oh God. I can't remember the name, but you could probably see. They're Honeycomb Bites, and these are dark chocolate. You can get them in ordinary chocolate that are still vegan, but these ones, I've only seen them in Ocado, and they're just like a Mighty Fine, that's it, Mighty Fine Honeycomb Bites, that's what they're called. And these dark chocolate ones, I think they're much nicer than the ordinary chocolate, and they're just like the old crunchy bars that we used to get, but in chunks rather than a bar. They taste just like crunchy bars. Really nice. So I've been having some of those, and I finished the other bag of eggs that I had last week, and this week I've been eating these eggs. These are little ones, you know, that come individually wrapped in tin foil, and these are Rhythm 108 truffle eggs. So they're chocolate eggs with truffle inside, and they're really nice. So I usually have some of them after my tea as well. And I think that's everything to show you. Nothing else new tonight. It's just so happened it worked out this week that my eating window, apart from that one night where I had to stretch it to 2 hours, has been 23 hours fasting and 1 hour eating all week, because I had my extra window on the Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday have all been just the 1 hour window. And then my longer window, because we're watching a film, is going to be tonight. And actually, I'll show you what we've got for tonight. Over here. I wasn't planning to show you these, but now I've got them out, I might as well show you.
Hello.
Hello, yes. I'll talk to you in a minute. It's a tin of, is it Prince's? I'm not sure now. It's black cherry pie filling. Now, they had the red cherry pie filling and the black cherry pie filling, and I noticed that the red cherry pie filling got rubbish reviews and the black cherry pie filling got good reviews. So I thought I'd try the black cherry one. So I've got that. I'm going to put that in a dish, and then we've got this, which is a crumble. I'm not sure which way around this goes now because I haven't got Andy here to put them the right way around, so I'll show you. It's a crumble topping. You just add butter and put it on top. Now, I know crumble's easy to make, but I saw this there and I thought, right, I'm going to try that because it was a vegan one, so you just add butter to it. So I'm going to add my Stork vegan and put it on top, and then to go on top of everything, of course, custard, the old favourite Alpro custard. I've never tried any other vegan custard, so if anybody knows that there's a better one or one that you like, let me know, because we do like this Alpro one. That's what we're going to have tonight. I don't know what we're having for tea actually. I've got fresh bread on the go being baked, so we're having fresh bread and probably soup. Anyway, so that's everything I've got to tell you. Sorry it's been a bit long-winded. Right, I'll weight the scales up now and I was standing on them. So last week I was 10 stones and half a pound.
It's ready.
So 912.4, which is a £2 weight loss, and I'm very happy with that because I've had a wonderful week with all sorts of lovely food, and it's been really easy. So I hope everybody else has been doing okay with it. All the different, I know lots of people are doing different plans here, so I hope you've had a good week. Let me know how you've got on in the comments. I love to know how everyone's getting on. And as I always say, if you've got a channel that I'm not following, just write in the box and I will, because I follow everybody that's got a channel that comments. I do follow, and I really love to see how everyone's doing. So if you've got a channel, just pop it in the comments, and if not, just let me know how you've been getting on, if you've had a good week, what you've been up to. It's nice to keep in touch. And thank you for all your help and encouragement and all the nice people that write on my box below, because it's always very much appreciated, and we do help each other out. I really think it helps to belong to a community where everyone helps and encourages. So thank you very much for everyone that comments and puts a like and all the things that you do. So I'll see you next week. I hope everyone has a great week. There's beautiful sunshine out there. It's gorgeous today, and I hope everyone has a lovely time, and I shall see you next week. Bye!